remember about a year ago I reviewed this little tank pouch from Trip Machine. A modest but very useful piece of leather luggage that allowed you to take the strain off your pockets and store things like your wallet and your mobile phone on a day out. From what I can gather, it's proved to be quite a popular item. Full grain, oiled leather, the perfect accoutrement for any modern classic bike. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether it was a new product when I actually reviewed it. What I mean by that, I don't think that Trip Machine had just brought it out. I think it had been around for a little while. And in a conversation that I had with Siddhartha shortly after that video was published, I remember him mentioning that he'd had quite a few requests for a larger version of it. Not a full-size tank bag, but something that sits in between this tank pouch and a normal-sized tank bag. Now, just like any other good company, Trip Machine have listened to these requests, and this year they've introduced this. Now, this is a larger version of the tank pouch, and as you would expect, it comes in the usual very cool Trip Machine packaging. It's constructed from full grain oiled leather, so like a pair of oiled boots or motorcycle gloves, it can stand up to the elements to a degree and with a little bit of maintenance from time to time. I don't think this is a replacement for the original tank pouch, it's more of an upgraded version for someone who wants something a little bit larger. But with that upgrade, Trip Machine have substantially boosted the technical specification of this bag. Now, at the rear of the bag there are some strap loops which have some rare earth magnets incorporated into them. They're arranged in a sort of a mil-spec mol configuration, and the bag does come with an additional single strap so that you can attach it to the seat if you don't want to use it on your tank. Now, usually whenever I review any item that attaches to the tank via magnets, I get comments from people saying that they're not secure at high speed. Now, manufacturers have been using this method for attaching small items of luggage to tanks for a couple of decades, and I would think that you would have to be travelling in excess of 100 miles an hour before one of these would move. And even then, all it's likely to do is slide backwards slightly towards your lap. People seem to have this strange idea that if you're going fast and you take your eyes off them for a moment, they're just going to disappear. But I think that has more to do with imagination than reality. And in the case of this bag, I've found the magnets to be very secure. The seat strap is useful, although having looked at it, it's not long enough to go around a tank. But it is, as I say, a useful option if you want to use it as a tail pack. Now, I'll get on to the rest of the bag in a moment, but one very useful accessory that comes with this bag is a waterproof cover. As I've said, as long as it doesn't get regular soakings, this oiled leather should stand up to the elements reasonably well. But Trip Machine have provided a tailor-made weatherproof cover so that this bag can be used in very wet weather without having to worry about it too much. Now, this material sort of reminds me of some barber products. There's silk oil, lightweight cotton. It's got that sort of look and feel to it, although I think it's actually some sort of nylon. Either way, it does have a very pleasing, suitably distressed look about it, and I personally think that it complements the tank bag nicely. I did, of course, test it out, and I can confirm it is very water repellent. Now, the fastening on the bag is very secure. Instead of using magnetised clasps as on the smaller pouch version, this does actually have two proper buckles and straps to fasten it down. And then when you get past those, there's a very sturdy zip. Now, inside you have one major compartment and one tiny slip compartment, big enough for a wallet or a phone or something like that, so that you can keep it separate from other items that might scratch it. The tab on the zip fastens securely when it's closed with a press stud, and this bag does come supplied with a shoulder strap for when you're off the bike. Now, I would estimate that this bag has about a 3 litre carrying capacity, And I would imagine that there's easily room in there for your pack up if you're commuting to work, which would actually make it a very convenient and very stylish daily luggage option. Now, I don't think it's just me, but personally I believe that a classic styled bike requires classic styled luggage. And although I have to admit there is a time and a place for technical wet weather luggage, practical classically styled luggage like this made from traditional materials and traditional workmanship very much has its place with bikes like the Interceptor, the Classic 500 and the Bonneville models. And I think that this new approach from Trip Machine of also including waterproof covers with some of the luggage is very welcome and is another step towards making this a far more practical luggage option. Now, as usual with any Trip Machine review that I do, I will leave a link to Trip Machine's website so that you can have a look at this or any other Trip Machine products that you might be interested in. Now, Trip Machine haven't paid me to make this review and I don't receive any proceeds from sales, but I have managed once again to negotiate a 15% discount using the code Stuart15. Now, I will leave this code in the video description down below, along with the link to their website. I'm not 100% sure if the code is case sensitive, so please make sure that you type it out exactly as it's written in the video description. Now, this offer is open for 7 days from the date of publication of this video. Just for the avoidance of any doubt, if you've gone past those 7 days since this video was published, that offer will no longer be available. So if you're watching this video 2 weeks from the date of publication, or 2 months from the date of publication, or a year after the date of publication, you've missed your chance. It's as simple as that, and there's no point having a go at me through the comments. I think I've made that clear enough. Now, once again, thank you so much for watching this and my other videos, and in doing so helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and enable all your notifications in your settings. I am of course going to be back on Friday, so until then, ride safely and I'll see you soon.